And yes, we are back. Imagine a company that was once the darling of the stock market, and then it crashed spectacularly, only to claw its way back up the chain.
Why can't we use resources without depleting them? The answers lie in sustainable wind energy solutions. Therefore, Suzlon, powering a greener tomorrow.
Today on Stock Story, we are unraveling the exhilarating saga of Suzlon Energy. In this episode, we'll deep dive into Suzlon's audacious origin story, witness the creation of a hype bubble that had everyone buzzing, dissect its dramatic fall from grace, and explore the unexpected resurgence of investor interest. And finally, we will also analyze the company's current standing and future prospects. This isn't just a story about a company, it is a thrilling tale of vision, risk, innovation, and resilience. So fasten your seatbelts, we are embarking on a roller coaster ride with Suzlon Energy. Let's begin. Our journey begins in the early 1990s in Surat, Gujarat, where a young entrepreneur named Tulsi Tanti was managing a textile business. The textile industry was indeed booming at that point in time, but there was a formidable challenge: the cost and reliability of energy. Frequent power outages plagued the production, and the high cost of diesel generators was eating into profits. Tulsi Tanti knew that for his business to thrive, he needed a more sustainable and a more reliable energy solution. One day, on a trip to Europe, Tanti saw this wind turbines dotting the countryside and was first just captivated by the sight of it. This was indeed a revelation. When he got deep into understanding what this whole thing was about, he understood the fascinating world of wind energy. Wind energy was not just clean, renewable, it was also, once it was set up, relatively cheap to maintain. It was in stark contrast to the fossil fuel dependent energy that he had been dealing with back in India. With the real turning point actually came when he visited a wind farm and saw the turbines up close. He was struck by the simplicity and elegance of the technology. This wasn't just a power source, it was a solution to a pressing problem. Inspired, Tanti returned to India with a renewed vision to implement the same. But of course, trying anything radically new is easier said than done.
So it's very difficult to educate and convince the regulator, convince the government, convince the political leaders, and also to guide properly to the financial institute. So it was a big challenge was there.
And Tanti soon realized just that. He had to mortgage his family's asset to actually secure the initial funding. He faced skepticism from banks, investors, who were all very wary of investing in a nascent and unproven technology, and that too in India. But Tanti's conviction was unshakable. His first step was to install a few wind turbines to power his own textile plant. The impact was almost immediate and significant. Not only did the turbines provide reliable power, but they also reduced energy costs dramatically. Seeing this success, Tanti was convinced that the wind energy was indeed a solution for his business, surely, but it was also a viable solution for India's growing energy needs. But again, starting Suzlon Energy in 1995 was not easy.
In 1995, and when we are sitting in an emerging economy country like India, not like Europe or USA, where the huge awareness about the renewable and green was there. But it's very difficult to understand that, and same time it's a very expensive energy at that time. Now we have bring down the cost substantially.
But with a small dedicated team, Suzlon set out to build India's first wind turbines. These early days were marked by long hours, technical challenges, and a relentless pursuit of innovation. But their relentlessness and dedication paid off when slowly but surely Suzlon marked its entry into the wind energy market. Suzlon's early success attracted attention, and soon the company secured its first major contract to set up a wind farm. This project was a turning point, demonstrating Suzlon's capability and reliability. Word spread quickly, and Suzlon's reputation as a pioneering wind energy company began to grow. From a textile entrepreneur grappling with an energy challenge to a visionary leader transforming India's renewable energy landscape, Tulsi Tanti's journey with Suzlon Energy is nothing short of inspirational. But as with all great stories, the path was far from smooth. By the early 2000s, Suzlon Energy was rapidly gaining traction. The company's initial success with wind turbines was starting to attract significant attention. But there was something else that was changing around the world.
Climate crisis.
Climate change.
Climate change.
The climate change.
Climate change.
Climate change.
Riding the wave of increasing global awareness about climate change and the urgent need for renewable energy, Suzlon became perfectly positioned. Investors were eager to back the green energy companies, and Suzlon, with its ambitious expansion plans, became a sweet spot. In 2005, Suzlon decided to make the most of it and make a bold move by launching its IPO. It turned out it was the right call. The response was overwhelming. The IPO was oversubscribed by 46 times, raising around $340 million. Suzlon's market cap surged to over $1.5 billion, and its stock price shot up from the IPO price of 510 rupees to 645 rupees within days of being listed on the Bombay Stock Exchange. This, of course, was just the beginning. Suzlon embarked on an aggressive expansion strategy, both domestically and internationally. And one of the key strategic decisions was the acquisition of RE Power Systems in Germany in 2007. It was a move that cost Suzlon approximately $1.6 billion. However, the acquisition did make business sense, as it was aimed at gaining access to advanced technology and expanding Suzlon's footprint in Europe. And initially, the numbers agreed as well. Suzlon's revenue soared from $529 million in 2005 to $4.2 billion in 2008. The company was on a growth trajectory. There was no doubts about it, and it genuinely seemed unstoppable. By 2008, Suzlon had become world's fifth largest wind turbine manufacturer, and its market cap had skyrocketed to over $10 billion. However, as Suzlon's stock price climbed, so did the voices of caution. Analysts began raising concerns about the company's rapid expansion and heavy reliance on debt to do so. Suzlon's debt-to-equity ratio had climbed to alarming levels, reaching 1.8 by 2008. The acquisition of RE Power, while strategically sound, was financed largely through significant debt, straining Suzlon's balance sheet. In addition to financial concerns, operation challenges also began to surface. Suzlon faced technical issues with its wind turbines, notably cracks in the blades. Adding to this, the Chinese had gotten into the game and they had flooded the market with cheaper alternatives. All this led to significant repair costs and project delays, further eroding investor confidence. But Suzlon was trying to fight back. It was trying to course correct. And just when it seemed that they might turn the corner,
I think this is the most significant financial crisis in the post-war period.
There are fears the sell-off will continue on Wall Street.
Soaring gas prices, falling home prices, and rising unemployment.
the 2008 financial crisis hit the world like a tornado, and thousands of companies were caught in its wake. However, the hit on Suzlon was especially brutal. The company's stock price, which had climbed to its peak of Rs 2,300 in the early days of 2008, fell below 60 rupees by 2009. That's a staggering drop of nearly 97%. Suzlon's market cap too shrunk from over $10 billion to less than a tenth of less than 500 million. The damage was profound. Suzlon also reported its first loss of over $1 billion in 2009, and its debt had ballooned to nearly $3 billion. Now, these are the times that the founders are the only people that can turn a company around, and Tulsi Tanti did just that. He knew that drastic measures were necessary to salvage the company, and Suzlon embarked on a rigorous restructuring plan under his leadership to stabilize its finances and regain its investor confidence. First and foremost, Suzlon began by negotiating with its creditors to restructure its massive debt. The company managed to reschedule loan payments, reducing immediate financial pressure. By 2012, Suzlon had restructured approximately $1.8 billion of its debt, giving it some much-needed breathing room. The second thing it did was to raise capital and reduce debt further. It sold off its non-core assets, including a significant stake in the German subsidiary RE Power, which was later renamed Senvion. This move generated over $1 billion in funds, which again helped Suzlon focus on its core markets. Finally, they put extreme importance on operational efficiency and investment in R&D. Suzlon implemented a cost-cutting measure, including reducing its workforce by nearly 25% and streamlined operations. The company also focused on improving the reliability and performance of its wind turbines by investing heavily in R&D. They introduced the S111 series of wind turbines, which offered higher energy yields, marking a significant technological advancement. These turbines were very well received in the market and also helped restore Suzlon's credibility. They say fortune favors the brave, and in the case of Suzlon too, their willingness to put their house in order with grit and determination was changing their fortunes. By 2015, the winds of fortune had indeed begun to change in favor of Suzlon. A new government had come in, and Suzlon shifted its focus back to the Indian market. The new government's commitment to increasing renewable energy capacity created a favorable environment for Suzlon. The company capitalized on this by securing large orders for wind farms across the country. The government also created favorable policies and incentives, such as the introduction of competitive bidding for wind projects and various incentives in the renewable energy space. And all of this was giving Suzlon a significant boost. Suzlon was able to secure several large contracts under these new policies. As of June 2024, Suzlon Energy has made substantial progress in stabilizing its operations and setting the stage for future growth. The company has secured large orders of 5 gigawatts of wind and solar projects, ensuring a robust pipeline for the next few years. Suzlon also continues to invest in R&D, developing advanced wind turbines models like the S150 and the 160 series, all of which offer higher efficiency, lower maintenance cost, and these innovations are expected to boost Suzlon's competitiveness in both domestic and international markets. Suzlon is also re-entering key international markets with a focus on regions like North America, Europe, and South America. The rise, fall, and resurgence of Suzlon Energy offers several valuable lessons for businesses. Suzlon's story underscores the importance of financial prudence. The company's downfall highlights the dangers of over-leveraging. Maintaining a healthy balance sheet and avoiding excessive debt are critical to weathering economic downturns. Also, investing in operational efficiency and technological innovation can indeed drive long-term success. Suzlon's focus on improving their turbine efficiency and reliability help restore its reputation and market position. Finally, though, the most profound lesson is the power of resilience. Suzlon's ability to endure and emerge stronger from its challenges is a testament to the strength and perseverance of its leadership and workforce. And that was Suzlon on a stock story today. I'm your host, Santosh Ramakrishnan, co-founder and CMO of Elever. Remember, every stock has a journey, and Suzlon's journey reminds us that in the world of investing, staying grounded amidst the winds of change is key. Thank you for joining me today, and for more such amazing stories from the world of business and finance, do check out our newsletter, Amplify. The link is in the show notes. Until next time, happy investing. See you soon.